Hello guys, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm nervous. If you guys watched my Dear Anxiety video or my chit chat get ready with me on the lake, you will know that I had a fateful gyno appointment. And if you don't know what a gyno is or a gynecologist, it's basically like a vagina doctor. And this has been a long time coming. I'll rewind and tell you guys where my story started about my ovaries basically and the problems I have with them. So when I was about 19 or 20, I experienced very sharp abdomen pain. It was on my right side at the time, so we as in me and my parents, or I don't know if my brothers were there or if my excuse me. Woo. How am I yawning right now? It is 4 p.m. and I woke up at noon. I'm overtired at this point, like I overslept. Anyways, I don't know if any of my other family knew about this or were there that day, but I remember just feeling very sharp pain on my right side, and we thought it was my appendix. We thought I was having appendicitis, so we went to the hospital. And we explained what was going on, whatever. I waited for like 4 hours. I was like falling asleep. It was nighttime. And when they took me in, they numbed me, whatever. They put the IV in and I basically fell asleep. And the next day, they basically said that I was fine and that it was just an ovarian cyst. Now, at the time, they literally had just said it would go away. That I was welcome to go to a gynecologist to check me out and examine me, I guess, but that they usually just go away, so to not worry about it. They were very nonchalant about it, didn't worry about it too much, and yeah, it wasn't any surprise to me or to my parents, because my mom did have ovarian cysts as a young woman, and I guess I inherited them, so thanks, Mom. But yeah, at the time I went to see a gyno. He basically said that I had a choice. I could either get a surgery to remove them, because I had 2 of them and they were, I don't know what size they were at the time, but they weren't that large. He said that I could either get them surgically removed or that I could wait for them to go away. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll wait for them to go away. I don't want to get surgery. I was only 19 or 20 at the time. I was way too young to be thinking about like surgery as like a necessary thing or like something I wanted even. No one wants surgery, but like, I don't know. I did not want surgery, so I just waited and waited. And then recently, I told you guys my story about anxiety and being diagnosed with it and depression and whatnot. And I'm on medication for that and I'm fine and whatever. But prior to the medication, right before I was actually prescribed medication, I experienced severe symptoms that at the time were very much like stroke symptoms. And if you don't know what stroke symptoms are, you should be educated on it, because the only reason I know is because I had to live through it. I had to witness my mother and my grandmother go through these symptoms, my grandmother passing away from them. I don't know if I've already mentioned this on my channel, but that is what sent my grandmother to heaven. But basically, a lot of the symptoms will include dizziness, half of your body will be numb or weak, you'll have blurry vision, your balance will be off because of the half body thing, because it's something that happens in the brain, on usually one side of the brain, and it'll just, whatever side of the brain it happens on, I believe the other side of your body is what is triggered to fail basically, or feel numb or lose balance from. You have loss of strength, you have fatigue, you have confusion, there's a bunch of symptoms. But basically I was having all of these at once and very quickly, very severe. I was in the car with my dad and I literally started crying because I was so scared that I was going through this. I told him my leg, my arm, they're like numb, they're tingly, they're falling asleep, I don't know what's going on, and he took me to the hospital right away. Again, we waited a while. I guess they checked my vitals and I wasn't like in critical condition, but we waited a while until I went in, and again, it was nighttime. We waited hours. They took me in. I guess it wasn't an emergency situation, but they took me in. I spent the night, and they ran a bunch of tests. They did a CT scan, they did a CAT scan, they did that scan that they do when they put dye in you and then they put you in a machine and they do like this x-ray thing. I don't know what it's called. But they did a bunch of tests, and a lot of the tests they were hesitant of doing. They did a blood test, they did a urine test, but some of the like CT or CAT scans that they did, they were hesitant of doing that because they do have a risk of contracting or producing. I don't know what the term is. I'm not a doctor, but they do have a risk of, you know, with the radiology or with the whatever it's called. Basically, there's a risk of cancer with that, but they said that they were so worried about my well-being and health that they had to do those tests. They ended up coming out fine. I was 100% healthy. They still recommended I go to a neurologist to check up on my, you know, well-being, and the neurologist said the same thing that the doctors at the hospital said. Now, the doctor at the hospital, after running all these tests, did find those cysts on my ovaries once again that have always been there apparently. Now, this is the only doctor that has properly diagnosed the cysts, because he was the one who made me aware of the fact that they were dermoid cysts. Now, what that means is I have 2 tumors inside of me attached to each of my ovaries, so 1 on each ovary, and they are the size of a softball. So that's about 7 to 8 centimeters. They're huge. You can't tell by looking at me, but they're in there. And basically he said that the only way to get rid of these is with surgery. So the doctor who had first seen these cysts misdiagnosed them, I guess, because they are not the type of cysts that go away. Usually, if you have ovarian cysts, I hate that word, there's so many S's in it, it's like, but anyways, usually if you get them, they just go away on their own, whatever, they burst, you don't even feel it. But the kind that I have are basically like permanent. They've been there since I was a fetus. This is what the doctor said. I'm not just making this up. But yeah, they've been there since I was a fetus, and it's basically like a conjunction of cells that I guess developed abnormally since I was in my mom's stomach, and it contains teeth, fat, hair, nail, all sorts of things that are messed up, really. There's like a little monster inside of me, and I have to get it surgically removed. Now, this doctor had said that they would be able to do that laparoscopically. I don't know what the word is, but basically that means that they would make 2 incisions about this big on each side of like my abdomen, I guess, closer to my area, and near my hips as well. But once I went to see the gyno about 2 weeks ago, he said that that would not be possible. The size of these cysts are so large that they have to do a whole like 7 centimeter incision across my abdomen near my area, which is so scary to me. I mean, this whole thing was scary to me from the get-go, but to hear that I would have to get cut open to get these tumors that are attached to my ovaries removed is insane. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm sad, I'm angry, I am nervous, I'm anxious, but it obviously has to be done. I don't know what else to say other than, Mom, could I not have inherited something better like your big butt? Damn. But yeah, I'm hoping I can do some videos in the meantime, and leading up to the surgery, I want to do like a procedure video and, you know, track my journey through videos, because I'm not the only one who goes through this. So many people I've told know about it or know someone who has been through it or have been through it themselves. So it's not going to be easy. I was told that I cannot drive. Excuse me. This anxiety medication gives me extreme yawning. I don't know why. But anyways, I was told that I can't drive 2 weeks after the surgery. I will probably be on bed rest for like a week. I have to stay at the hospital after the surgery for a day or 2, I believe. and then yeah, basically be on bed rest and not lift any weights, not do much. So it's gonna be really boring, and I'm gonna have to stick to my hobby if I want to get through it, because I'm not gonna be able to work either. I already told work that I won't be back until like mid-September, which they were fine with, and they did end up giving me the rest of the month off for all those trips that I was doing, which was nice. Hence all the vacations. It was nice to really relax and have a good time before I go. I keep going to tell people that they're gonna put me down at the hospital, but I mean to say put me under, because I've never been under before and I'm foreign and I can't English. But yeah, just wanted to catch you guys up on that. There will be more info and videos coming about it soon, once it is, you know, happening. But yeah, this sucks. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like this video if you can relate, or if someone you know can relate. This is a common thing. This isn't, you know, rocket science. I'm sure you've heard of it, but if you haven't, then there you go. Come along on my journey with me. Subscribe if you haven't already, because it's free, and I will be posting again, like I said, a bunch of vlogs, story times, and whatnot. So I'll see you guys then.